What's really fucking good, y'all? It's your boy Mill.
Your boy Pat.
Y'all tapped in right now to another edition of On Base Soil, your favorite podcast, our favorite podcast, everyone's favorite podcast. Shout out to whoever you are listening to us at right now. We appreciate you. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your damn notifications so you know when your boys go live like today. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on all socials at On Base Soil, wherever you can find your social media at. My boy Pat, what is really good?
Shit, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Another good day out here in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Vibes is high. The sun is not out like we normally used to, but feel me? Still a good day.
Yes. Now, the rain is definitely about to start at the atmospheric river, as they like to say it now. So we will go ahead and see what's good. Definitely for the weekend, as All-Star Weekend is upon us, and niggas is coming out here for the rain. That's crazy. Shout out my boy Mark in the building. First one, of course, Mustard. He said, niggas is first. Shout out to Gary in the building. Okay, Brother Rome in the building. Lakers. Oh, man, that nigga Luka Doncic was out there last night with Bron. Even though we will get into why Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry are greater than that, but man, it is going to be a fun, definitely race to the finish for the playoffs. But before we get into basketball talk, gotta definitely go over the Super Bowl, which was played this weekend in New Orleans. Down goes Frazier. Mahomes is smoked by Philly, dropping 40 on the head, 40 burger. Jalen Hurts with the MVP of the game. Jalen Carter with a massive just judo chop to the face of Mahomes. Shout out to the Exciting Whites, my boy Cooper DeJean, pick 6 on the day, and they just really just put foot to ass, bro, and went crazy on them boys. What did you think of the Super Bowl?
I went to sleep after the Cooper DeJean pick 6. So
It was pretty much over about
tells you what I thought about it. I got it recorded, so I was like, I'll watch the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? I woke up afterwards, so I'll rewatch the halftime show and shit. So thought the halftime show was cool, but yeah, the game. Just glad to see Mahomes kicked while he was down. I mean, he had a rough game from the start. The refs tried to start off with that bullshit, but Philly overcame that immediately. Philly, it's like we just go ahead and go and not even give them a chance to impact this game. So
pretty much.
I mean, it's kind of the Philly team. It's been around all year. Like they've looked like the best team all year. Certain points they've had slip ups when, for the most part, been due to injury. They've been locked in and strong team on all fronts, both sides of the ball, and they continue to improve. I had my questions about Sirianni, and he called a great game. He just looked comfortable out there this game. Like a lot of times where he be looking like he don't know what the fuck he doing, but this game he looked in full control.
Did you see your boy hitting the old school lead with it, rock with it?
I did not.
Bro, Nick Sirianni was outside when niggas was outside, bro. I'm just letting you know that right now, bro. That was pretty funny. Yes, they D-line just dominated, bro. Like, it was just no way around it with the Chiefs O-line, bro. That nigga Pat Mahomes sacked 6 times, I believe, second most in Super Bowl history, right behind Tom Brady. And I mean, the Chiefs sold out 2-stop Saquon, and I gotta give it up to Jalen Hurts, bro. The nigga went ahead and did what he had to do. 200 plus yard throwing, through the interception, of course, but bounced back with 2 touchdowns throwing, and then 1 tush push on the day with 72. He had the most rush yards in NFL or Super Bowl history, I believe, 72 rush yards. Do you put Jalen Hurts now in the elite category?
He's up there. I gotta give him his credit. I mean, it wasn't like a overly dominating game, but like you said, they forced Jalen Hurts to beat them, and that's exactly what the hell he did. So you got to give him his credit. Low key, you look at it like in his two biggest games of his career when he's played his best. Obviously, they fell short in the last Super Bowl, but that was one of his better games of his career. And then he followed it up with this game with like I say, he didn't do anything overly impressive, but he made all the throws that were necessary. He made all the plays that were necessary, and he just dominated the whole game, controlled the whole game. Like you said, one mistake that in a closer game that could have hurt them because they weren't in field goal range. But I mean, you know, we're not going to harp on that meaningless. Like at this point, it's like an arm punt. So you got to give him his credit. He did his thing.
Right now, he with the deep ball too, the dagger right before the half to Devontae Smith, 50-yard bomb, bro. Like he was just bro throwing it down the field, bro. Like I felt like that's what the Niners should have did last year because we held the Chiefs to 3 points in the first half, but only scored 10 points. These niggas dropped 27 on their head in the first half alone. So it's just like gotta be able to put the niggas in the dirt. What we said if it's at least over 2 touchdowns by the fourth quarter, you should be good versus Mahomes, and they made sure they did that within the first half. So, man, that shit was Philly also destroyed the whole downtown area of Philadelphia, rightfully so after the game. And our world champs, bro, are they now the team to beat in the NFC?
You have to say, yeah, they're top of the mountain. Shit, they're the team to beat in the NFL. Shit,
man, yeah, they're right now. Fact, not just the NFL. I mean, all right, so that's a layup. That's a layup question. Do you think the Chiefs are cooked?
No, I don't think they're cooked, but I think the flaws that they've had all year finally came back to bite them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When they played a elite football team. I mean, they could have acquired this cap. I mean, could have, should have, would have. Both Lamar and Josh Allen had the ball with the game on the line. So, you know, it wasn't like Mahomes did his normal shit. It was just the fact that they defense stepped up and Lamar and both Josh Allen didn't make the plays that needed to be made. And Jalen Hurts did from start to finish. So,
yep. Man, that nigga, bro, just a poise. I mean, I know we be talking shit about him with his quotes, and he be just overly confident. I forgot the LinkedIn quote that he put the other day, but this nigga's. I mean, that's the difference between him and, like you said, with Lamar and Josh. Like, bro, they see the Chiefs on the other side, see Mahomes on the other side, just kind of tighten up, bro. Like, Josh Allen had the interception early in the game, and shit, Lamar was kind of catting off in the beginning of that game too. So they can still run the table in the AFC, but it's like, bro, they just look a little more. I mean, like you said that all year. Like they've kind of been a fake 13 and whatever was it? Was 17-1 or whatever. They only had 1 loss or whatever. But
two losses, yeah.
Two losses. Oh, I ain't really counting losses. They had Carson Wentz out there, but yes, they only had 2 losses on the season, and they still ran the tables in the playoffs, bro. And it's just like, I feel like other people could do that in the AFC versus them, but they just be should.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fact. But also, it's one of them things too that the difference is that the other teams, like different people, were making mistakes. As far as this one, there was it was pretty much a clean football from the Eagles all around. Like Jalen Hurts threw that one pick, and it was like they caught it, and now they're at the 3-yard line. So it's like, we wish you wouldn't have thrown the pick because we probably could have got 3 points out of that. But ultimately, you still have to drive 90-something feet. It's not like we gave you a short field and 7 straight points. So as long as you don't make mistakes against the Chiefs, it's just like when you make them against the Chiefs, it's like ×2 because you know they're going to score. So you look at, like you said, Lamar's pick, all that shit, and what's the name's fumble. Those turn into immediate points.
Or was it James? No, who fumbled for the Bills?
No, not the Bills. The Ravens.
No, the Ravens. Tight end. Mark Andrews.
Yes. So right. So when you're not making those plays and they turn around and put 7 points on the, it feels like 10 times worse as opposed to you not making no mistakes, forcing them to drive the full length of the field. And even with Jalen Hurts, like, I didn't really see no throws that were like ultra crazy. I think his best throw to me was the one The first one right before the tush push when they threw that dot on the sideline.
Yeah, to Jahan Dotson. Yeah, that was nice.
Yes. I thought that was his best throw of the game, and it was like that wasn't even
nice.
like a crazy ass throw. He was just playing smart, sound football, taking what the defense was giving him, and not playing mistake-free football.
Yep. Yeah. Now they still got them dogs on the offense, and shit. Saquon didn't have to really do much. They used him in the pass game. I think he had like 40 yards receiving and shit, but he only averaged like 2 yards on the ground rushing. So it's just like, bro, you got to just tip your hat, man. They went ahead, did their thing, and their team is hella young still. Like all they raw ass niggas is like all rookies on defense, and they already wrapped up with contracts with Hurts, AJ Brown, and Devonta Smith, and Saquon. So, bro, they have fucking Mekhi Becton at guard, bro. Like that's my whole thing, bro. Like, bro, High Roseman, man, they just did their thing, bro. All right, so we gonna flip it because we are a Bay Area team or Bay Area podcast. You are the resident Niners fan as of right now. I am a nomad. What do the Niners have to do to go ahead and get back to being contenders for next year?
I mean, I feel like the proof is in the pudding. You got to build up the trenches on both sides. The only way you're going to beat Mahomes and any other great quarterback is if you can get pressure with that D-line without having a blitz. When they can get home with those front four, it's proven. That beats Tom Brady. Like, look at the Giants. You know what I'm saying? It's year after year. If you get home with a dominant front four, you're going to win the football game. So I feel like that's what we have to do. Focus on D-line, bolster up our offensive line, and hit the ball rolling.
I think, yes, they got to get maybe another pass rusher, but the defense always going to be solid. I mean, yes, we could definitely get some upgrades on that side of the ball, but I'm just like, they held Mahomes to, like I said, only 3 points in the first half of last year. I think you got to focus on being able to score more points, probably trying to get maybe another pass catcher since Debo's going to be leaving. I saw Florida today. They said maybe they're going to try and get Amari Cooper or some shit like that. Like, like some other wide receiver that's going to be outside with Ayuk. Ricky Pearsall will see if he makes the jump. But I just feel like you got to be able to put up points. I know I always bring it back to the quarterback. Hopefully Brock is able to go ahead and do his thing next year and just look a lot better with the team. But you got George Kittle as your top pass catcher and Jawan Jennings. Ayuk come back off the devastating ACL. Just don't know, bro. Do you think they could get better on offense?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely can get better, especially than what we did this year. So
red zone,
definitely in the red zone, and also just being more consistent, more efficient with how we want to attack. I feel like Kyle gets so game plan specific that he gets in his own way sometimes, but we'll be all right.
This is also the second Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles since Kyle has been the head coach with a different quarterback, with a different coach. I've always talked about, should Kyle be on that hot seat? It is going into year 9, I believe. I think it's year 9 or year 10.
I'm not sure. I think 9.
Year 9. Going into year 9, it's like, bruh, if they go ahead and pay Brock, how many more years do you give Kyle without winning a Super Bowl before you move on to a different coach?
I'm not exactly sure, but I do feel like, again, I don't think he's on the hot seat, but I do feel like this season the seat is going to warm up a little bit. I feel like if he gets back to the Super Bowl, he has to win.
Yep.
Or they'll probably make a change.
I
don't necessarily feel like he has to get the Super Bowl to keep his job.
I wouldn't say he'll get fired next year, but I think he's really just tied to Brock's contract now. If they go to a 3-year contract with Brock, I think that'll be his time clock. And probably if you like you said, we said that on the show before, if you have a shitty season like this year, then that season's gonna heat up a lot faster than it would. But I mean, if they get to NFC Championship and fucking lose again, or even the Super Bowl, it's like, yeah, you might want to go and look at different options, bro.
I think in that case, like if he got to the NFC Championship or the Super Bowl and didn't win this year, the next year would be like the seat would be very high. Like if he didn't win it that year, he would be gone, regardless of what happens.
Gotcha.
I feel like this year he's kind of safe, like we said, barring another season like
terrible
this.
Season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not very good, I feel like the seat really starts to heat up.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with them, what type of moves they make going forward with the offseason. Deebo Samuel out there right now on the trade block. So they got to get their shit together. With the halftime show. Very controversial halftime show for Kung Fu Kenny, a.k.a. The Boogeyman, a.k.a. K-Dot, a.k.a. What do you be saying? Mr. Don't Try Me, I think he says.
Morale.
Mr. Morale. Went ahead with the halftime show. I thought it was okay. I was blown away by when it came out and they had like 50 niggas coming out the GNX, you know what I'm saying, out the car. Like that was dope as fuck. I'm like, okay, I was thinking like maybe if you just keep bringing people out the car, like that would be kind of sick. But my brother was like, like it's a Super Bowl halftime show, so they got to move around a little bit. I felt like he was just moving around a little too much for the whole show, and he got maybe just a little winded. And I mean, that nigga probably went at least like 40 to 50 yards, like between the whole show or whatever. But not like us came on. It was in Peekaboo was tight. I thought he was gonna bring out my nigga AZ, but he did shout him out. Couldn't get a real one in there. But overall, I think the pop out was probably more disrespectful to Drake, and the performance was okay. What did you think about the halftime show?
I thought, like as a West Coast kid, it was a dope performance. As far as it being a halftime show, yeah, I feel like the symbolism was there, but as far as the pageantry that you expect from a halftime show, yeah, it fell a little bit short. Like it wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, but it was just okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad.
Yeah, it was just average. Like but Super Bowl performance, you expect above average. I mean, and then, what I'm saying, with the Turfians out there, shout it out, what I'm saying, show the Bay Area and Oakland love. So obviously we going to catch that, what I'm saying, and some of the other things like Uncle Sam and America's Game.
I thought Sam Jackson low-key carried the performance. He was low-key going crazy. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it's just like Kendrick always writes eggs and shit like that into his performance. So the symbolism was dope. The message was dope. It's very Kendrick Lamar. So I felt like it was on brand, but yeah, it could have been a little better as far as just like it being a, parade or a halftime show. Like, like even with Beyonce's performance on Christmas, what I'm saying? Like as Bomani did say, like that felt more of like a halftime show with like a pageant. As far as Kendrick's was dope, but yeah, didn't really have the glitz and the glamour. But also, that's not Kendrick Lamar, so
yeah, right. No, well, because I've seen his shows for like his concert, like he has really good shows there and like really good stage performance and shit like that, like really good stage energy and stuff. But I think he could have did a little bit more, like when Dr. Dre and Snoop did it. They had like, you feel me, the Tams burgers, you feel me, and had like the set, and they was sitting over like LA, and then they had the synchronized Crip Walkers come out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a super dope performance, and he had like a whole bunch of different artists. I feel like maybe Kendrick could have like did a little bit more features and just brought out more people. I think that might have been a little bit more star-studded as well, but I mean, he got the point across, like pretty much just the fuck you Drake for the most part. Yeah, so did not say pedophile on TV, but everything else.
He did say A minor, and had the whole damn stadium singing that shit. So it was definitely the icing to the cake. Like he put the fork in them. The beef is officially done.
It was
like it's just and
Definitely victory lap.
So, random. Do you think Kendrick Lamar has had the greatest 1 year from any artist or hip hop artist ever?
I like that question. Yes. I'm gonna say yes. 5 Grammys, 1 song, literally started it off literally with the like that with Future, and like was just on fire for the rest of the year. Like of course Drake started off the whole beef with his 2 songs, and then Kendrick came back and just started going, you know what I'm saying, crazy. Even though I felt like Drake was winning by the time Family Matters had dropped, but not like us. It's like, bro, like that's the come on, man, that's like a national anthem now, pretty much in America. And to top it off with the GNX album, which is probably my favorite Kendrick album outside of Good Kid, Mad City. But yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably the best year for a rapper ever. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue. Man got Grammys, and then I feel like if it wasn't for the Super Bowl performance, other people would have a case, but he did all that and had the Super Bowl performance,
right,
to top it off.
Right, so. just the cherry on top. Like,
yeah,
I mean, Not Like Us was the song of the summer. Like, was played everywhere. You literally made this man cut his braids off, bro. Like, and the album was fire, bro. Like, it's definitely the most replay value, I would say, for sure, in Kenny's catalog. And then, like you said, you just top it off with the Super Bowl performance. And Future had a great year last year. Like, dropped 3 albums and everything, but just in terms of like being relevant, like in America, like come on, bro. It was the year of Kendrick for sure. Brother Rome said, side note, do y'all think Lamar Jackson will ever win one?
I'm gonna have to say yes, because I'm a believer, but my boy be looking shook in the playoffs. So gotta say
gotta
that.
Get it together. I feel like he's new age Peyton Manning, and it's gonna happen. Might happen next year because the Chiefs are a little bit fucked in terms of like salary cap. They only got like 4 draft picks or some shit like that, and they have no weapons. Like this nigga DeAndre Hopkins, bro. We didn't even talk about that. That nigga dropped that pass. That shit was great, bro. Boy, he was wide open, bro. Like, it could happen next year, bro, but he got to stop counting the playoffs. Like that's really it. Like, bro, you didn't even lose to Mahomes. You lost to Josh Allen. Like, bro, like damn, bro, you got to at least get to the. I mean, he hasn't even played the AFC Championship, right?
Yeah, he did last year. Lost the Mahomes in the AFC Championship.
Was that? I thought that was Josh Allen and them. No, yeah, you're right. Because Chiefs beat Josh Allen and them to get to the AFC Championship. Yeah, because they missed that.
It was the reverse of this year.
And you got Joe Burrow and them. If they get a defense, they'll probably be back in the mix, of course, too. But oh man, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so. It's tough. I thought this year was gonna be the year. But do you think this Ravens team? You think the Ravens team this year would have matched the better versus the Eagles? I think they would have.
Maybe, but the Eagles already beat them by 2 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
I mean,
you're all right. Damn, bro. Lamar, we pulling for you.
The Eagles low key and ran through shit all year, bro. Like they had the one loss to the Falcons, where Saquon, if he catches that, pass, it doesn't go into overtime and they don't lose that game. So I don't know. Like it's just they low key been serving it. I think they lost to.
They lose to the Commanders?
They did. They split with the Commanders, so they lost one. But I think Jalen Hurts got hurt that game. I think that was the game Hurts got hurt.
Yep.
So like low key, like they've been this dominant team all year. They just kind of been sliding under the radar.
Man.
And I know that like a few of their opponents weren't that good. So like they played the Giants twice, who were shit. They played the Jaguars. They played the Panthers. So like they were playing teams like that. So people just kind of kept overlooking them. But they lost to the Bucks too.
Josh, your boy Baker.
You know my boy Bake be cooking.
Bake. Mark says Dr. Dre is not a rapper. He made his show by bringing Snoop, Eminem, K. Dot, and Mary J. Blige. That's why I think Kendrick should have did a little bit more, because you still got Not Like Us. So like that's gonna be the where everyone's know that's the KO swinging punch. I'm just not a fan. I hate Humble. I'm not a fan of that song. And what was the other one? It was Humble. He didn't even do All Right. Like I like All Right, and that's kind of a poppy song, but
yeah, but he did that already with Dr. Dre. So I knew I thought he might do it, but it kind of made sense that he didn't do it again.
Oh yeah, because he did do. You're right. Because he did do that with Dr. Dre. But I'm just not a fan of he should have did the yeah, man down where you from, my nigga. I think that I know. Yes, people say this was probably one of the blacker halftime events. We might not get this ever again, but fuck it, nigga. You already at the Super Bowl now. Like, might as well just go ahead and just lead all the way here. We just gonna go all the way gangster with it. Hit it with it.
I mean,
that would have been tight. Go ahead.
I get it, but that's like, as far as like, it's the Super Bowl, so he's kind of got to promote the new music. So I understand him doing the newer songs, and then
with the new songs
to go with the theme. To go with the theme, like I get why he chose the songs he did.
Mark says DNA. Yeah, I think it was DNA. DNA it's okay, but it's an up tempo song, I guess. But I think the song selection.
I didn't. The track list wasn't that bad to me. I didn't think it was that bad. I just thought it could have been more, glitz and glamour.
Yeah,
glitz and glamour of a Super Bowl show.
Like the still shots were dope. Like when niggas start breaking down the timeline, you know what I'm saying? Like those look pretty cool. Him looking into the camera with the Say Drake, but I just feel like we're just missing just a little bit of something. So I'm going for Super Bowl performances for me all time. If y'all know if you have your three, I want to go Michael Jackson, of course, number 1. Dr. Dre, number 2. Prince, 3. And then maybe Beyonce. No, I'll go Kenny. I'll go Kenny 4. I'll go Kenny 4. You have a top 3 Super Bowl all time performance? Oh, sorry, Usher. My bad. Usher at 4, and then Kenny at 5. My bad. Usher was dope last year.
I feel like Michael Jackson got to be. Wasn't he like the first person to do like performance at halftime?
No, I don't think he was the first. I saw it was a clip that showed him. They said the nigga, because when he popped out, he had the glasses on. And he said I want y'all to start the music when I take the glasses. When I start to take my glasses off, you start the music. But he was standing there for like good 2 minutes, bro, just standing there and letting niggas, basket it. You can hear the producer in the back like, go ahead, Michael, take the glasses off, Michael, go. I don't think it was the first one though. Yeah, but I would say my bad. Your top.
No, you good shit. I'm gonna say I thought he was the first, like one of the first people to actually start being booked to
first biggest
do the halftime show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, MJ got to be up there. I feel like Dr. Dre probably was my favorite as far as the ones I really remember. Usher's, I'm not picking Usher's because fuck that game. Honestly, I didn't even watch Usher's live. You feel me? I had to step outside. You know what I'm saying?
My brother said the same. He was like, I was just too locked in.
I for sure was. I didn't watch none of that shit. I watched it like the next day on like YouTube or some shit. Man. Like, he was out there in roller skates. I'm like, that's what's up. But I was just I had no time for that shit.
No, that's real. He was man. Usher was going crazy though, man. Oh, that's funny.
I did like Beyonce's.
Beyonce got the power out there on us, man. That's even worse.
That shit
that helped us come back though. That did help us come back. That was hard though. Shout out Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? For real.
And then didn't Beyonce do Levi's Stadium too? With like it was Beyonce.
Yep, and Maroon 5, I think.
Yeah, I think that one was pretty dope too.
Yep. Stack Mac, Facts Pat. It was all a blur. Just remember Usher Dirty back in on Alicia Keys.
Bro, I don't remember none of that shit, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I seen all that shit the next day. I remember that, and I think Usher had like some Jordan 4s on, like some custom sparkly 4s. They was either Heelys or 4. I don't remember, but I don't remember much about that performance, bro. Honestly,
I just remember the Prince. Just the it was actually raining, and so like you know what I'm saying. That just added to the.
I don't remember that Super Bowl though, but I do remember that clip in my head. But I don't really remember that Super Bowl, so I just.
Prince of Miami playing Purple Rain in the rain.
Yeah, that's hard.
Out the mark. So you got MJ, Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Then I'll go Beyonce.
Yeah. Do we ever see any other rap performances in the halftime show after this year?
I mean, eventually, sure, but I don't think they'll do one this coming year. I think they'll switch it up.
Yeah,
do somebody pop or rock.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So yeah, but man, Super Bowl's over. One of the most lackluster Super Bowls I will say. It was just a beatdown. So yeah, we can go ahead and move on to more pressing news. The Warriors are undefeated in the Jimmy Buckets era. Let's fucking go 2-0. Went ahead and got that W last night versus the Giannis-less Milwaukee Bucks, but still, Dame Lillard was out there. Your boy Bobby, what's my name with the eyes? Bobby
Portis.
Bobby Portis, OG Bobby Portis was out there. And your man's Kyle Kuzma, who is gonna be the main reason why Giannis probably leaves the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, saw the Stagger Back vibe shift for sure. This nigga Jimmy had like 15 free throws, most 2 free throws in a 2-game stretch since KD, which was like 40, and he has like 30, and he had like 28 or whatever. Still hasn't really gone off yet, but he's been averaging like 20 plus points. And just getting to the line, making good plays in the fucking paint, bro, like knowing where to pass it and shit. And everybody's feeding off it. Steph dropped 38. And the guy, we gotta give a special shout out to the 1000th game for Steph Curry, of course, played yesterday in the Warriors uniform. What do you think of the Jimmy Buckets era right now, my boy?
So far, so good, man. Liking to see, like you said, when he hasn't really had the great offensive game, but the fact that he's still able to put up 20 points in both games is crazy. 4 for 12, like, I mean, he took 12 shots in both games, but seems to be fitting in. What stuck out to me more than anything else was this number right here, the 9 turnovers as a team. That is amazing.
Yeah, you're right.
It was sad. And then we got the 27 assists. So man.
Oh yeah, yep. Like that.
So we usually average 9 in a fucking quarter, fucking with these guys.
Yeah, no, bro, the turnovers be crazy, bro.
Man.
Right.
But yeah, everybody playing well, and Jimmy Butler, man, it's like when shit starts to get sticky, he just gets to the free throw line, and we haven't had nobody like that in a while. So it's good to see he's complimenting Steph Curry and everybody well. Quiet as kept. Jimmy Butler acquisition helping Buddy Hield more than anybody else.
Bro,
I don't know what it is.
Buddy, love you back.
Man, Pods is playing really well again. Jimmy Butler and Pods, let Pods tell it. They have this newfound veteran respect for one another. You know what I'm saying? Pod said that the other day, like, yeah, man, me, him, and Draymond just be on the same page. Like, we see the game the same. Like, bro, he's crazy. He's crazy. He's playing good basketball, though.
Pod's been playing really good basketball. Shout out to my uncle. My uncle's not in there right now. He be watching Pods. Back to Buddy, though, real quick. Do you know if Buddy and Jimmy played on a team together at any point in time before this year?
Nah, not that I know of.
Because they got, like, chemistry already out the gate. And like you said, he's already playing better. This nigga's, like, shooting better. I know my brother was, like, You know, he's in that. You know, they be having that pie chart of you know, Buddy Hield is like
Yeah.
great.
The cycle,
like,
Buddy Hield cycle. Yeah.
The Buddy Hield cycle. Thank you. We are in the great part of the cycle. I'm just hoping that it stays within this little range. What did he shoot from three? What was it? 2 for 8 though. Still, so it's not the best percentage, but still 7 for 15 from the floor though, bro. Like,
yeah, he was taking good shots. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's getting rebounds. He's playing active. Turnovers still a little bit of a problem, but for the most part, he played a really good game. Steve Kerr finally started Moses Moody. Thank God. You feel, of course, you feel you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't get everything you want, but you know what I'm saying? We baby steps. And then Steve Kerr, his dream has finally come true, because I don't know if you know this or not, but the Mavericks on Wednesday have no centers active for the game. So
there you go,
yeah,
Nico Harrison, GM, you better hide yourself.
The Mavericks have no center active for the game. So Steve Kerr is somewhere salivating of thinking who all he could play at center. So look for some Guy Santos, Gary Payton center minutes coming to you on Wednesday.
I can't wait. Okay. I like that you started there too. Because I feel like that's probably going to be our best lineup. Small ball, Draymond at the 5, Kuminga when he comes back at the 4, Jimmy at the 3, Buddy at the 2, Steph at the 1. Do you like that lineup as probably our best lineup?
Yeah, I mean, been saying that all year. I mean, even before Jimmy Butler put Wiggins in there, like I feel like that's been our best lineup all year. But with Jimmy in there, I feel like that takes it up even another notch. And I mean, if Buddy Hield's playing like this, I don't mind Buddy Hield swapping Moody for that lineup, or vice versa, either one of them playing in that lineup. But you know, that is very pertinent on Buddy Hield playing this type of way, because whether Moses Moody makes shots or not, he's gonna play the same way. So even last night, he didn't shoot great for 3. He's 1 for 5. That's what, 20% from 3. But you see, he's still 13 points. He still had 3 steals. Like, you feel me? Moses gonna get in there and hoop. So,
bro, Moses will be ready. But that's why I said when we talked about it the other day, why he's starting Buddy at the 2. I just look at it like when they used to remember how they put Iggy on the bench and had Harrison Barnes in there at the 3. Certain players just are, you know, they're just not as dominant as those players like Iguodala or Moody. Not saying Moody's dominant, but just confidence-wise, I think Buddy has to play with those starters in order to, you know what I'm saying, like get himself going, whereas Moody just going to be ready coming off the bench or start. Would you agree?
Yeah, to an extent, but Buddy Hield be playing like shit when he be starting too. So the fuck is the
not in the Jimmy Butler era.
I mean, that's 2 game sample. Like, I mean, it's cool, but like, but in theory, you are right that it's kind of my same type of deal with Quentin Post and Trace. Like, if Trace starts, he's gonna play a lot better than having to come off the bench. As far as Quentin Post, he gonna hoop no matter what. So I agree with that notion that Moses Moody's gonna be ready regardless when you play him. And Buddy Hield kind of has to get in the rhythm. But my thing is, Buddy Hield starting or off the bench, it hasn't looked much different this year.
This year, as a whole, I'm hoping that we just stay within the better part of the cycle and just keep on getting good Buddy. And we'll just, I'm saying, keep building from here. Like you said, we will see how that transpires. We are burying the lead, though. Stack Mac, shout out to the new Mehmet Akur, Quentin Post, QP3. Postman, open. He was 3 for 4 from 3, coming off the bench right there. Is that what I'm saying? Yep, 13 points.
That side step was cold.
Boy, the nigga did the step. I was like, oh shit. He even called Steph off guard. That's Steph started, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh shit. He's not still the best on defense. He's played a lot better on defense, I will say that. And he got some really good boards last night that were timely, some like good offensive rebounds. What do you feel like with him playing, what was it, 15 minutes? That's still pretty good. You think that's about the right time he should be playing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he's not making shots, he may not always get to 15. He may come out a little sooner. But like I said, he's good. He moves his feet on defense. He's not a real shot blocker, but he will wall up and make it difficult to shoot over him. So I'm very happy and satisfied with Quentin Post minutes.
Yes, love to hear that. Love to hear that. Looney still plays solid as well too. I mean, I'm just at this point we're just waiting for Kuminga to come back, and I just really want to see what it looks like with Jimmy. He's like fucking just got the lineup just nice and steady. Steph, our GOAT, our motherfucking leader, 38 points again, getting a little bit better in terms of efficiency. Is the tendinitis gone, bro?
No, I wouldn't say it's gone, but my boy's getting in his bag right now.
And he just playing way better, bro. Yeah, I just think it's just with the spacing, buzzword, and just him not having to feel like he got to do everything. Yeah. And now you know what I'm saying, you got Jimmy in there who could just, you know what I'm saying, steady the lineup as well too. Like he's just playing with way more confidence.
No, for sure. I definitely agree with that. He definitely looks like he's not carrying the load of the entire offense on his shoulders.
Facts. Going into these last two games of the week before the All-Star weekend, they are in Texas, taking on the Mavericks tomorrow night. Then they got the Rockets on a back-to-back. As you said, the Mavericks have no center. They are currently free-falling and spiraling out of control after the Luka trade. Bro, you saw Jason Kidd didn't even do the. They said that nigga didn't even do the post-game presser last night. He just dipped. Like, he was like, man, I ain't dealing with these niggas, man. Like, you think we can run these tables? The last two games?
Yeah, I think we could definitely win tomorrow. With them being depleted at the center position, you know what I'm saying? They have no bigs right now, so I feel like that's where they have the advantage on us. And if they don't have that advantage, I think we're going to beat their ass. And then, like I said, with Thursday, it's going to be a little rough because it's the last game before the All-Star break. I don't know if Houston is playing tomorrow, so we might be on a back-to-back and they might not be, which would be a little unfortunate. But again, that is Jimmy Butler playing in Tom Ball. Oh, they do. They play the Suns. So, I mean, obviously they don't have to travel, but yeah. So, Jimmy Butler being from Tomball, Texas, right outside of Houston, I think he can get that extra little motivation to carry us over the top on that back-to-back. So, I'm not sure if Steph plays
back-to-back
the Houston game. Yeah, the Houston game he may not, but I feel like Jimmy can still carry us to that win.
Would you sit him tomorrow or the Houston game?
I sit in the Houston game because that's closer to All-Star weekend, and I love Steph Kyrie matchup. I want to see that.
You're right. No, you're right. Okay, that's good. Can you pull up the standings for me, please? Because we are
in the 10th
2.5 games back at the 10th spot. 2.5 games back from that 6th seed. We're playing the Mavericks tomorrow. Can we get to 6?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying I think that Jimmy Butler trade is going to push us to that 6th spot. So I think we will get there. We got to win some games, make up some ground. But we win these next two, I think that puts us in a good spot.
Going into the break, maybe at the 8th, hopefully.
Yeah.
Depending on what the Kings do, then they got a pretty good win. Didn't they play the Mavericks last night?
Yes, hit a buzzer beater too from the bar.
Yep. Clay, my brother, you're on the list, bro. We're coming for you, bro. Tomorrow. That's still gang though. But
did you see Clay the other day start the game with 21 points? Or is it 21 in the first quarter and then finish with 23? Real Clay Thompson.
Classic Clay, baby. He also put a post out there today. It was hella funny. He was bike riding, I guess, in Texas, and he was just like, "Man, it's just all flat land. I really appreciate that." Right. You know what I'm saying? They get older, you feel me? So I can respect that. But yeah, no, I think they can get these next two, bro. Like, just realistically, Houston's probably gonna be they some young guns, so they'll be like spirited and ready to go, but I just feel like we'll just be able to, you know what I'm saying, outbet them and go ahead and get that W. Bitch ass Dylan Brooks will not be ready. And I mean Jimmy Butler, he's gonna be barking at that nigga too. So I think we'll be straight. Also, too, was very underrated. They've been putting Draymond more in check these last couple games. Draymond tried to go off last night, and then I think Steph hollered at him. He got that tech. He did get the tech, but Steph had to talk to him like, bro, you got to calm the fuck down. And Dre definitely did that. And you also said Jimmy had did that as well too the other day. So I just think they just got two vets now that could really keep Draymond locked in as we, like, you know what I'm saying, coming into this last stretch. So yeah. I think that's everything. Oh, last thing before we get up out of here for the All-Star weekend as it is upon us, want to go ahead and talk about the quick switch up now that Anthony Davis, Dallas Maverick, is not going to be playing in the All-Star game, and they have put your man's, the third eye himself, Uncle Drew Kyrie, in the game for the West team. And, well, I don't know. You know, it's different now with the whole Shaq, Kenny, and Chuck team, but Ice Trey is going to be swapping in for Giannis in the East. What do you think of this move, getting the two young guards, OG guard and young guard, into the All-Star game?
I feel like Trey was very deserving.
Yep.
So I'm really glad he got in. Kyrie, he deserves it, but I felt like Sabonis got robbed because it was already a big, so you could have put in another big, and Sabonis has been putting up crazy numbers. But Kyrie still deserves to be an All-Star. He's one of the best, and Mavericks now having their center hurt. Oh shit. Mavericks now having their center hurt. They do deserve to have at least somebody in there. So I get it.
Yeah, no. I mean, Uncle Drew, I think, would just be more flashy for an All-Star game than Sabonis. Sabonis has been an All-Star though before, right?
Yeah, he has.
I think we looked that up. So it's not like he hasn't never been an All-Star before. Yes, he's been hooping, but I'm not mad at it. I'd rather see Uncle Drew than Sabonis. And then Ice Trey, you know what I'm saying? Got to shout out the gang. Definitely want to see him in there as he felt he definitely got robbed over DG, I would say. And do you think Evan Mobley should be in there? That's what I forgot to ask you. Do you think Evan Mobley should also?
I don't know his numbers, but I feel like he's having a really good year. So I do feel like the Cavs should have two people.
Two.
I would put Evan Mobley over Darius Garland personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same. I'm going to agree with you on that. In the lineups, I guess we'll go over it later in the week, just who we think going to win dunk contest, shooting contest, and the Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq teams. But whose team right now do you like the most out of Chuck, Kenny, and Shaq?
Shaq.
Oh, geez.
He got all the Hall of Famers, man. You know what I'm saying?
He got the big thing.
Who is it? Chuck's team. He has like the future Hall of Famers with like Shea, Shea, Wemby, Jokic. Like they're gonna be Hall of Famers too. But Shaq team already solidified. So I will say that young team, they don't have a lot of guards, but it might mean a little bit more to them. But the OGs, they're competitive, bro. And I know when it comes down to it, you get to talking shit to Steph, KD, and Bron.
That man's gonna be ready. That man's gonna get his team up and going. Forget his team. They gonna be talking that big shit. The Euros, it's funny. They said Chuck, he gonna have a hard time speaking to his team and everything, but they got a lot of just size and length, even with Shea at point guard. So I don't know, man. All the teams are pretty tough. I know traditionally I would say Shaq's team does probably look the best on paper, just with LeBron, KD, Steph, and them. But it's gonna be interesting. Definitely for sure. Yep. Want to thank y'all for coming through. Another great episode of On Base Soil. Make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on your damn notifications so you know when your boys go live. Make sure that you share this episode right here. RT it on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And we will talk to y'all a little bit later on this week. But as always, my boy Pat, as always, last words.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all coming through, kicking with your partners, man, per usual. Like he said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube. Please do that. Also retweet, tell a friend to tell a friend. See y'all later in the week, man. Appreciate y'all. Love.
My boy DeMike, shout out gang in the building. Yes, sir. I'll let y'all a little bit later.